Hey everyone! Today we're starting IELTS Practice English for studying in Western countries. In this series, our focus is speaking and vocabulary, two key skills for achieving a high band score in IELTS. Speaking is often the most intimidating part for students. Don't worry, James, many learners feel nervous here.
Yes, Ella. Speaking is tricky because it's live. You can't pause or look up answers. The examiner is right in front of you asking questions, and you need to respond naturally. But with practice and strategies, it can become easier.
Exactly. Let's start with the speaking test structure. There are three parts. Part one is about personal questions, things like your hometown, family, hobbies, daily routine. It's short, around 4 to 5 minutes. The key is to answer clearly and confidently, even with simple sentences.
Yes. For example, if the examiner asks, "Do you like reading?" Don't just say yes or no, give a little detail. Yes, I enjoy reading. I usually read novels about history because I find them interesting. That gives the examiner more to score.
And don't worry about small mistakes. Fluency and clarity matter more than perfect grammar in part one. Also, use some basic vocabulary accurately rather than complicated words incorrectly.
Exactly. Now, part two is the long turn. The examiner gives you a topic card, for example, describe a memorable trip you had. You get 1 minute to prepare, and you must speak for 1 to 2 minutes. This is where vocabulary matters a lot.
Yes, use descriptive words, time phrases, and linking words. For example, last summer for about a week, it was amazing. I enjoyed every moment. These words make your speech more natural.
And don't panic if you forget a word. Just paraphrase. For example, instead of saying mountain, you can say a big hill. Examiners understand that. Paraphrasing is a key skill for IELTS speaking.
Good point. Also, part two requires organization. Start with a brief introduction, where you went, when, and with whom. Then describe what happened and finish with your feelings or opinion. Clear structure equals higher score.
Yes, and part three is discussion questions based on part two. Here, the examiner asks abstract questions like, why do people enjoy traveling? Or how has tourism changed in your country? Here, vocabulary and ideas are important.
Exactly. You can practice by thinking about common IELTS topics, education, technology, environment, culture, work. Prepare vocabulary for each topic. For example, for travel, destination, itinerary, sightseeing, accommodation, explore.
And try to avoid repeating the same words. Use synonyms. Instead of saying good all the time, say amazing, interesting, enjoyable. This shows your lexical range.
Yes, and speaking naturally is important. Don't memorize full answers. That's risky. Examiners can tell. Instead, practice using phrases and sentence patterns you can adapt to different questions.
Exactly. Practice makes you fluent and confident. Also, remember pronunciation and intonation matter. Speak clearly with natural stress and rhythm, not like a robot.
So, part one of our speaking series is about personal questions, confidence, basic vocabulary, and fluency. Use simple sentences, add a little detail, and don't worry too much about mistakes.
That's right. If you follow these tips, part one will feel much easier. Next, how to organize ideas and use vocabulary effectively.
All right, James, the long turn. This is where students often feel nervous because you have to speak alone for 1 to 2 minutes. But don't worry, with the right strategies, it becomes much easier.
Yes, Ella, the key here is preparation and organization. You get a topic card. For example, describe your favorite holiday. You have 1 minute to prepare, so use that time wisely.
Exactly. In that 1 minute, make a quick plan. Think about the main points: who you were with, where you went, what you did, and why it was memorable. Writing keywords is enough. Don't write full sentences.
Many students write full sentences and then panic because they forget their exact words. Keywords are safer. Just remember the main ideas.
Yes. Next, when speaking, start with a simple introduction. For example, my favorite holiday was last summer. I went to Paris with my family. It was an amazing experience. Short, clear, natural.
Then move to details. Describe what you did each day or the highlights. Use descriptive vocabulary: sightseeing, delicious food, famous landmarks, exciting activities. Examples make your story more interesting.
Yes, and also use time phrases to organize your story. First, then, after that, finally. This makes it easier for the examiner to follow your story.
And don't worry if you hesitate a bit. Small pauses are normal. Just try to keep talking and use fillers like, well, actually, I think, if you need a moment.
Exactly. Also, express feelings and opinions. For example, I really enjoyed visiting the Eiffel Tower because it was so tall and beautiful. This adds personality to your answer.
Yes, and vocabulary variety is important. Try not to repeat the same words. For example, instead of saying nice all the time, say beautiful, amazing, fantastic, wonderful.
And remember, grammar should be correct, but don't try to use very complicated structures if you're not confident. Simple, correct sentences are better than mistakes in complex sentences.
Exactly. Also, pronunciation matters. Speak clearly with natural stress and intonation. The examiner should understand every word without effort.
Another tip: don't memorize your answer. Examiners can tell if you're reading a memorized story. Practice with different topics so you can adapt your ideas naturally.
Thank you so much for practicing with us in this series. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and share. Your support helps us make more lessons for you.
See you next time, and stay chill.